Okay, so thank you everyone for joining in today, and we're going to start our session. But before we start our session, I had a 20 minutes video I will share with you. I'll also share it in the group, and we can see. Uh, this is a Chinese teacher. They're having an exam, and sorry, I have to share my screen first. So this is a Chinese teacher, and look what he's doing.
哎呦，哟，看吧，没事儿。哎呦，哟，
Okay, I'll share this video with you again, so that you can go and look what he was doing. But shortly, he was using an application to mark the students' works. Students have already written the answers, and what he's doing is just pointing his camera to the questions, and the application is telling him how many marks did that student score in that specifically assignment or assessment. So today we are going to look on AI and assessment. On our previous session, we had a look on AI in general and education, and we had to understand what is AI, what are the basics of AI, so that when we start going into AI in assessment, AI in research, we grasp that content. And the mode of this session is not like I'll be the only one talking. Later you'll come in, we'll see your ideas, and we'll share what you are already practicing now, so that we get the information, and we get to know how can we apply it in our areas. So, how do you feel when thinking about the future of AI in assessment, and why do you feel that way? You can use the chat box. Last time when we talked about AI, people were somehow happy, somehow afraid, somehow not sure what to do. But how do you feel when you just try to think the assessment that you are going to give in class? One day AI will be there to mark it. And right now, I believe in this group, we know more about AI and how it is doing in the education, and we had at least a perspective of what it can be doing in assessment. So, how do you feel? Just in one word or two. Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling afraid? How do you feel? You can use the chat box, or you can raise up a hand and share. How do you feel when we hear AI and assessment? How do you feel exactly? So you can raise up a hand and share. You can open up your mic and share with us. How do you feel? Or you can put it in the chat box. When you are alone thinking about the AI, the assessment, what comes into your mind? How do you feel? And if possible, why do you feel that way? Yes, Florence, you can open up your mic and share.
Okay, thank you. For me, I get excited. Um, because I foresee my work becoming easier in the sense that since I teach large classes, 300 and above, and I have to mark the continuous assessment and the end of semester. So I feel it will make my work easier. And also I'm excited from the perspective of the learner because I'll be able to examine more if I'm not the one going to mark. So, and I believe that will deepen the understanding of the learners. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have another reply from Diana said, I feel great as it's telling me I have options of doing assessment. And Mark is saying, I feel AI in assessment may not take into account of individual differences in contrast to the human interaction. Yeah, that's my worry. Thank you. And we have another hand. Can you open up your mic and share, please?
Yes, good evening.
Evening.
I'm Kelly from Kenya, and I'm excited in the use of AI in assessment because first, the much workload will be lessened, and inability to meet deadlines might be something of the past. And then with the ease of assessment, then the frequency of assessment is going to increase. And therefore, generally, the learner performance might improve when AI is used in assessment of learners. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. We also have a reply from Richard. He say when thinking of AI, it's an easy way of embracing the technology. So thank you for these feedbacks. So every one of us is feeling something about the future of AI in assessment. And as educators who are working together, we have to sit down like how we are doing today and discuss our worries, discuss our expectations, and see what is the way forward. As we said last time, in all the things that comes with the technology, we need to understand it. We need to be aware. We need to make a plan on how we can get accommodated in that technology. So, taking a snapshot from the previous session, we said artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence that is processed by the machines. So it is not like something that is more intelligent than the human, rather than the simulation. Like human would have done this. So a machine simulate the same. Like what we have seen from this teacher from China who is marking the exam. Instead of marking each questions, the machine is marking much faster. So in our case today, let's look on narrow AI and general AI. So when we have narrow AI, this is designed for specific tasks. Like when you have Canva platform is AI but designed for designing posters and stickers. And we have general AI, like what we have in our general large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Bard, Copilot. These are doing multiple tasks as you do them. And last time we say in AI, we have a technique called machine learning. This is mostly used to develop these AI chatbots. How this learning machine works. So you start with labeled data, you give data to a computer. This data identify the pattern. If teacher Kelly is marking mathematics, this is how it's going to mark it. If our brother Gerard is going to mark physics exam. This is how they're going to mark it. Then a human is using other training methods to train the model to mark, like how Gerard will mark that exam. How would Gerard mark that essay? And at the end, they're testing. They're giving a test to students. Students bring in the test, and they're taking the model and try to mark these assignments and see if it is doing well or if there are some things that can be modified. Then they create a software that we normally interact with, like how you interact with ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Microsoft Copilot. So when you see Microsoft Copilot, behind it, a lot of data has been trained upon, and we are working on those data. And when we discuss assessment in education, we refer to the activities that are undertaken by the teachers and the students and assessment in assessing themselves. And all these activities, we want to know the information that can be used as the feedback to modify the teaching and learning. So the assessment to be formative is when we can use the evidence and the feedback to adapt to the needs. One of us said it is worrying if AI will be complementing each learner to their needs. So we're going to see how it is going to work. So now we are going to see the interaction between assessment and AI. And how are we going to do it? So when AI is being integrated into education, it did not only end into the searching options or giving the answers. Now we are starting to use AI in assessment. And in this, we have some functions. Let's say we have other institutions, they have intelligent tutoring systems. Others have automatic essay scoring, and others have personalized learning platform. But let us keep in mind, when we have an AI assistant or an AI tool, it can reduce the workload of the teachers, but some aspects have to be marked by the teacher. Uh, I've said automatic grading system. We have seen the one that has been employed in the Chinese context, and we have Gradescope and Turnitin, few among them, that you can put in your work. It can grade that essay and give you the feedback. And recently, I've seen some of the teachers are using ChatGPT. They're giving it a rubric, and then you put the essays in these GPTs, and it gives you the feedback. Another example is intelligent tutoring systems. Our Carnegie Learning has a learning platform. When you log in into that learning platform, you don't interact with the human teacher rather than a machine. So a machine will take a pretest to see your current knowledge. Then it will start giving you some tasks to perform. It will give you things to read, things to do, and the moment you turn in your work, it measures your development and give you the